This is a teak wood panel. I bought it from Lowe's for about $20. I am going to use my Shapioko 4 CNC to carve out a design that I found on Etsy. I need to find the center of this panel so I can set my X, Y, and Z axis. I use a CNC program called Carbide Create. This is a very basic program that I like because of the simplicity. I am using a 1/8 inch bit that will remove the bulk of the material. Once this pass is complete, you will see me switch over to a 60-degree V bit that will remove the rest of the material. I use the combination of these two bits in a toolpath called Advanced V-carve. As you can see, the combination of these tools makes for very clean carve. Speaking of clean, I have my DeWalt shop vac hooked up to this hose attachment. However, I recently upgraded to a Harbor Freight dust collector that provides a slightly better result. I need to do a wee bit of cleanup before adding the epoxy for the inlay of the design. Applying a layer of thin set epoxy first before the pour will prevent wood staining. That is not as big of concern here because teak wood is very dense and more resistant to staining. Unlike here, I do recommend allowing the epoxy to set up before moving into the pour. If you haven't figured out the design yet, you should be able to see here that it is a tree with roots that are visible. After the epoxy sets up, I will use my 60-degree V bit to carve out the tree leaves. This is another simple tool path called V-carve. For me, there is no science to how I create colors for my epoxy designs. I simply mix pigment until I like what I have, which is what you see here. After the epoxy sets up, I will run a flattening pass using the 1/4 inch milling bit. I find that the extra time it takes to use a small bit, vice using a large flattening bit is better. The reason for this is it provides a smoother result that will reduce the sanding that is required. Get ready for the reveal. not bad. I sanded from 120 to about 400 grit and did one water pop before using the 400 grit. I also cleaned the surface with compressed air before changing grits, which I believe is very important. I need to upgrade my sanding system, I know. However, this DeWalt has been going strong since 2011. Some will hate me here for using clear spray paint for the clear coat. If the finish does not hold up, I will simply sand it off later and apply something different, so I will call this an experiment. It's winter now and sometimes gets cold in my shop. I used to use an electric heater, but have found that this gas heater does a very good job heating up the space quickly. I will be adding a lazy Susan to the bottom of the panel for a turntable result. Make sure to drill a few small holes to keep your wood from splitting when adding screws. It would be a shame to have something go wrong at this point, being almost complete. I believe I sometimes make up reasons to use CA glue. It is not really needed here, but I like to use it just in case.